Last year I reviewed the Xiaomi Mi Max 2. It was one of my favorite smartphones of 2017. I loved its ginormous display, and overall I thought it had good looks. Now I have its follow-up in the studio right here. This is the Xiaomi Mi Max 3. I've been anticipating this one. This has a 6.9-inch display. It's got an 18:9 aspect ratio, making it taller, hopefully easier to manage in the hand, and it has a better processor, the Snapdragon 636. So hopefully we'll get better performance. And of course, it has a massive 5500 milliamp hour battery. This will give me 2 to 3 days of battery life, I have no doubt. But of course, we'll find out. Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is my unboxing and first look at the Xiaomi Mi Max 3. Coming up. Want to see more videos like this? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This way you'll be alerted every time I post a new video. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter to get all the latest updates. The Mi Max 3 starts at around $315 US. You can import it from places such as geekbuying.com. I bought mine from tradingshenzhen.com. I'll put all the links below for more information and where you can buy one. It's powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 636 processor. You can get it with either 4 or 6 gigabytes of RAM. Storage options start at 64 gigabytes up to 128 gigabytes, and it has a massive 5500 milliamp hour battery. But enough with the specs, let's see what this bad boy is all about. Let's open it up. Now it comes in typical Xiaomi packaging. Of course it's a little bit bigger since this is such a massive device. It's very Apple-esque, by the way. Opening the box, you're greeted by this massive Mi Max 3, and that's the best way to describe it. It's just really massive. You get some documentation and warranty information in Chinese since this is a Chinese version. Of course you get your quick charge adapter, which is USB Type-C, which they supply the cable, of course. Now holding the unit for the first time, I'm reminded of the Mi Max 2 from last year and just how big it is. Now this is an 18:9 aspect ratio this time around, making it a little bit taller, but it's still very big at 6.9 inches. This is a really big device, that's for sure. Now this is an unlocked GSM phone. In the US, I'm able to use it with AT&T T-Mobile and with my Project Fi SIM. Of course, I've already activated my Project Fi SIM on a Google approved device. And I'm able to get LTE speeds without any issues. And you can expand the memory via the microSD card slot, which supports up to 256 gigabyte microSD cards. But I'm sure a lot of you here for this. It's the 6.9-inch IPS LCD display. It has a resolution of 2160 by 1080, that's 350 pixels per inch, and it has a 79.8% screen-to-body ratio. And I have to say the bezels are pretty slim, although you can see them, but for a giant phone, they're really not that bad. And it has an 18:9 or 2:1 aspect ratio, making it taller than the Mi Max 2 from last year. So far I'm really happy with the display. It's pretty sharp. I like the fact that it has really deep blacks, really vibrant colors, and it gets bright at 450 nits. I think it'll be good for both indoor and outdoor use. Of course, I will be doing my long-term testing and report my findings in a full review. You have one mono speaker on the bottom, and you also have a speaker in the earpiece for stereo separation. I think the sound is really good. It gets pretty loud. I'm overall very happy with it, just as I was last year with the Mi Max 2. The fingerprint sensor is located in the back, in the middle, towards the top portion of the device, making it easy to access it with your index finger. Registering my finger pretty much every time I used it. Very fast, working really well so far. Now the buttons are metal. They're actually feeling pretty good. Using it every day so far, no issues. I'm actually happy with the way they feel. And it's good to see a 3.5mm headphone jack on this device, not something we see anymore with smartphones for the most part. It has an all-metal unibody design with some antenna lines running along the borders on the top and the bottom. There's a dual camera setup on the back. It's a 12-megapixel main shooter and a 5-megapixel secondary shooter. The main shooter has an f1.9 aperture. And that secondary shooter is used mainly for portrait photos to give you that blurred background or bokeh effect. Now I will be doing in-depth testing of the cameras in my full review, but in the meantime, check out some of these samples. So this is the front-facing camera on the Xiaomi Mi Max 3. It's a beast, ladies and gentlemen. I am a big fan of the Max line, as you know. This is probably one of my favorite phones so far of 2018. I'm having a great time with it. Really do like it. It's a lot of improvements over the second generation, and there are some really good things about this that I do like. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. What do you think of this front-facing camera on the Mi Max 3? I am curious to know. Now, as I stated earlier, this is running the Snapdragon 636, and you're going to get improved performance over last year's Mi Max 2, that's for sure. Now, the model I have is 4 gigabytes of RAM with 64 gigabytes of onboard storage. There is a 6 gigabyte version that also has 128 gigabytes of onboard storage that's also available. And check out some of these Geekbench 4 results. I will be doing further testing in my full review, but check out some of these results to give you an idea of just how the 636 has performed. It runs Android 8.1 and the MIUI Global 9.6 stable version. The MIUI skin has a very iOS-like feel, so if you like that environment, you'll be very comfortable with the MIUI. And it's running the June 1st, 2018 security patch for those wondering. And for those wondering, I am running the DarkOS theme. You can get it from the Themes app that's on the device itself. Just do a search for DarkOS and it should be one of the first ones that pop up. Now, it sports a 5500 milliamp hour battery. That's pretty huge, and if it's anything like last year's Mi Max 2, I'm expecting 2 to 3 days of solid battery life with really working the device hard, not babying it. And once again, I'm expecting it to be the endurance king. So what do you think about the Xiaomi Mi Max 3? I actually love this. This is one of my favorite smartphones so far of 2018. I know there are other flagship specs out there that are better than this, but there's something about this giant 6.9-inch display that gives you that kind of screen real estate you'd want to consume media, especially when you could do split screens and things like that on Oreo 8.1. So I really do love this. I love the fact that it's got some pretty nice build quality, but again, this has got a really nice display with a resolution of 2160 by 1080. I just can't get over how good this display is for such a massive phone. Now, this will replace your tablet. You won't need to carry a phone and a tablet. You carry this and you're good to go. That's what I love about the Xiaomi Mi Max 3. And that was the same case with the Mi Max 2 from last year. Now, they did improve on a lot of areas. I think the 18:9 aspect ratio makes it easier to handle in the hand. This is not a one-handed phone, ladies and gentlemen, so forget about that. This is a massive display. This is a massive phone, so you're going to be using two hands with this. Now, it can fit in very large pockets, but if you're wearing skinny jeans, forget about it. It won't fit in it. So just keep that in mind. This is not for everyone, but for somebody like me who likes these large displays, this is really what I've been waiting for. And I think for the most part, Xiaomi's hit a home run. Now, I love the fact they include a 3.5mm headphone jack, something that's been missing on a lot of smartphones here in 2018. I'm glad they kept it on such a large device. But I'm curious to know what you think. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about it. So far, I'm using it with my Project Fi SIM. Here in the United States, it's utilizing the T-Mobile network. I'm getting 4G LTE speeds, no problems. Now, it'll work on any of the GSM networks. That's AT&T, T-Mobile, and as I stated, Project Fi. It'll work on that. So really, very good. I'm going to put it through its paces to give you my full review. I will test the battery life. I will test the display and in-depth look at it. I will also test the cameras on the back, the 12 megapixel main shooter, the 5 megapixel secondary shooter, and of course, I already gave you some examples of it, but I'll give you even more. So if you have any questions about this device or anything you want me to test, let me know in that comment section below. So please hit the like button, please subscribe, please share this video. Don't forget to leave a comment in that comment section below. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if there's a device or something out there you think I should review. Of course, I'll do my best to try to make that happen. Don't forget to check me out on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, and of course, my website, amdtechreviews.com. So until next time, this is Andrew from AMD Tech. See ya.